Earlier in this show, we talked about how the House will be voting on a proposal to defund PBS. Although PBS does take private donations, according to the CEO of PBS, the elimination of federal funding to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting would at first devastate and then ultimately destroy the public media's ability to provide early childhood content, life-saving emergency alerts, the public affairs programs, and Nova. We don't want to lose Nova. But Republicans really want to do this. They've been trying to do this for decades, almost half a century, actually. But why? Why strangle Daniel Tiger in a bathtub? Why take away funding for Finding Your Roots? Why can't we watch British crime dramas in peace? Why? Is it just greed? Perhaps the Republican austerity-loving defunders are just greedy hoarders who won't stop until all public money is funneled only towards subsidizing the merchants of death, as I like to put it. The oil industry, they're still getting a subsidy. Or maybe PBS NewsHour is cutting into Big Pharma's profits for sleep aids. Kidding, but it can be very dry. It really can put you to sleep. But dry news is what happens when you remove the propaganda, fear-mongering, and excitatory graphics from a news broadcast. A 2018 Vanity Fair article on just this topic of why Republicans are itching to defund PBS said the most likely reason, beyond pure greed, is that Republicans want to slash the public broadcasting budget because it is the perfect target for the right, combining two of the GOP's favorite punching bags, the media and government spending. I said earlier that in 2019, Trump not only sought to cut their budget, but to eliminate the funding altogether and privatize the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. In 1969, that's like almost a half a century ago, Mr. Rogers testified in front of Congress when Nixon was trying to permanently retire him to the land of make-believe. The video made the rounds on YouTube recently. Here's a clip.
I'm very much concerned, as I know you are, about what's being delivered to our children in this country. And I've worked in the field of child development for 6 years now, trying to understand the inner needs of children. We deal with such things as the inner drama of childhood. We don't have to bop somebody over the head to make him to make drama on the screen. We deal with such things as getting a haircut, or the feelings about brothers and sisters, and the kind of anger that arises in simple family situations. And we speak to it constructively.
How long a program is it?
It's a half hour every day. This is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child to help him realize that he is unique. I end the program by saying, you've made this day a special day by just your being you. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. And I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service for mental health. I think that it's much more dramatic that two men could be working out their feelings of anger, much more dramatic than showing something of gunfire. I'm constantly concerned about what our children are seeing. And for 15 years, I have tried in this country and Canada to present what I feel is a meaningful expression of care.
Do you narrate it?
I'm the host, yes. And I do all the puppets, and I write all the music, and I write all the script.
Well, I'm supposed to be a pretty tough guy, and this is the first time I've had goosebumps for the last 2 days.
Well, I'm grateful not only for your goosebumps, but for your interest in our kind of communication. Could I tell you the words of one of the songs which I feel is very important?
Yes.
This has to do with that good feeling of control, which I feel that children need to know is there. And it starts out, what do you do with the mad that you feel? And that first line came straight from a child. I work with children, doing puppets in very personal communication with small groups. What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad you could bite. When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. What do you do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag or see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, stop, stop anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. For a girl can be someday a lady, and a boy can be someday a man.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. Looks like you just earned the $20 million.
Phil. Yes, yes, yes. He got the money that time, but it's been a fight in every Republican administration since. Why? Is it pure greed? No, it's more than that. There is a concerted effort to kill all goods, all public goods, in the United States. Libraries, post offices, public education, public health care, all of it. And to privatize these entities in the profit of a few at the expense of a many. But it's more than even that. It's more than just that. I believe there's also a concerted effort to wipe out any experience of common good, any memory of it, any image of it. Corporate forces don't want us to know that another world is possible, and it doesn't take long to forget. Remember what life was like without a cell phone? No, you probably don't. And your kids certainly don't, because they never knew it. So it will be that way with institutions for the collective good. If there are no examples of shared resources, as time passes, people will have no models. It'll fall out of our consciousness and out of our culture. It will further us into the mental illness, narcissism, and sociopathy cultivated by capitalism and libertarianism. That's right. I said libertarianism. You can yell at me in the comments. Regular TV gives us many examples of where this has already happened. Hellscape societies, where fear, paranoia, selfishness, amorality, and debasement abound. PBS gives us Call the Midwives, a show not only about socialized healthcare, but about women, birth, children, relationships, and connection. And people watch it. A lot of people. There are 0 zombie apocalypse shows on WNET. 0! Cuts to PBS are one of the 1,000 cuts by which corporatists seek to crush any remnant of New Deal policies, any shred of the natural instinct toward mutual caring and the brotherhood of man, and the sisterhood, too. They want to extinguish it. I don't think we should let them. I'm Juliana Forlano. You're watching Act Now. Follow us across platforms on act.tv, and do call your congressperson and encourage them not to defund public media. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Friday.